Inside a Northern California courtroom this week, two of the most powerful figures in tech are facing off in a legal battle with damages scaling up to $134 billion. On one side is Elon Musk, on the other, OpenAI, and its CEO, Sam Altman. Musk is taking his former partners to court over the very foundation of the company they built together. The timing is critical. As OpenAI prepares for a highly anticipated initial public offering, a judge could rule on whether the company is legally allowed to exist as a for-profit enterprise and has the authority to completely oust its current executive leadership. Until now, the race to build artificial intelligence has happened almost entirely behind closed doors, protected by rigid non-disclosure agreements and private corporate governance. A public trial of this magnitude strips away those protections.
Legal discovery and sworn testimony force internal emails, financial decisions, and structural operations out into the open. We are getting a rare, unfiltered look into the mechanics of the organization, building the most powerful technology on the planet. To understand the lawsuit, we have to rewind to 2015, when Elon Musk originally co-founded OpenAI with Sam Altman and a small group of researchers. They pitched a specific vision to early backers. OpenAI would operate strictly as a nonprofit, dedicating its research entirely to benefiting humanity rather than generating financial returns for investors. Musk claims he bankrolled the early days of the operation and used his personal leverage to secure highly coveted, specialized GPUs from NVIDIA. He argues he did this based entirely on that explicit promise of operating an open, nonprofit organization. Then internal relationships fractured. A bitter power struggle in 2018 ended with Musk leaving the organization entirely. Following his departure, OpenAI restructured. The original nonprofit created a new for-profit subsidiary underneath it, absorbing billions in investment from Microsoft. This setup allowed the company to function as a highly lucrative commercial enterprise, taking in massive revenue while maintaining its philanthropic tax status. This structural pivot is the exact mechanism Musk is attacking. His legal argument rests on the claim that Altman and the board executed a calculated, illegal bait-and-switch on their early investors. Looking at the public and industry reactions, there is a sharp divide on what is actually motivating this lawsuit. Critics point out that Musk willingly stepped back years ago. From this perspective, he is using the noble language of philanthropy as a weapon to damage a major competitor to his own AI ventures. On the other side, supporters argue that OpenAI's actions fit a long history of corporate governance scandals, where a company's public promises drift completely away from its internal financial reality. The mechanism enabling this tension is known as a dual-structure corporate setup, where a nonprofit board supposedly governs a for-profit arm. These arrangements are notoriously brittle. As soon as the for-profit arm needs massive compute power and outside capital to survive, the demands of the investors quickly overpower the original mission statement of the nonprofit. A ruling here will test the actual legal durability of this exact corporate loophole, one that almost every major player in the AI industry relies on today. The outcome in California will set a binding legal precedent for every foundation model company currently operating under a similar structure. If the court decides that a founder's initial promise to operate as a nonprofit is an enforceable contract, OpenAI's path to a public offering hits a massive, immediate roadblock. And the penalty Musk is asking for is specific. He isn't seeking $134 billion for himself. He is asking the court to extract that money from Microsoft and OpenAI and award it entirely to OpenAI's original nonprofit. A penalty of that size would force every other dual-structure startup to carefully audit what they say on their websites and in their press releases versus what they actually promise their private shareholders. For years, tech companies have treated philanthropic mission statements as a marketing tool with zero downside. Now those same statements are being analyzed as binding legal obligations. No matter who walks away with the $134 billion, the grace period for AI startups is over. Corporate transparency is transitioning from a public relations strategy to a strict legal liability.